Most people think that rich people are just lucky. They believe the rich are born into money. Or they think rich people cheat the system, but the truth is this. The rich think about money in a completely different way. They follow different rules, they ask different questions. And because of that, they get different results. In this video, I will show you how rich people think, and how you can start thinking the same way. No matter how much money you make right now, let's start. Lesson 1. The rich focus on assets, not income. Poor people ask this: how much do I earn every month? Rich people ask this: how many assets do I own? There is a big difference. Income is what you earn from your job. But assets are things that bring you money without working, like rental properties, stocks, online businesses, royalties, dividends. Most people focus only on their job. They think a higher salary means more success. But the rich don't stop there. They use their income to buy assets. And those assets create more income. This is called passive income. It's the secret to building wealth. So ask yourself, do you work for money, or does money work for you? Lesson 2. The rich value time more than money. Most people trade time for money. They work 40 hours a week for a paycheck. The more they work, the more they earn. But time is limited. You cannot get more time. That's why rich people protect their time. They automate tasks. They hire help. They build systems. They say no to distractions. They invest their time into things that grow, like businesses or skills. If you only work for money, you will never have enough time. But if you use your time to create income systems, you can earn money even while you sleep. So remember this: poor people waste time to save money. Rich people spend money to save time. Lesson 3. The rich understand risk. Most people fear risk. They want safety. They avoid trying new things. They are afraid to fail. But the rich understand this simple truth: no risk means no growth. Without risk, there is no reward. The key is to take smart risks, not wild guesses. Rich people study before they act. They learn, they research, they prepare, and then they take action. They know that every failure teaches something. That's why they are not afraid of failing. They are afraid of standing still. So if you want to grow financially, you must stop waiting. You must take small steps. Start a side hustle, try investing, learn from your mistakes. Playing it safe is the most dangerous thing you can do. Lesson 4. The rich keep learning. School ends for most people when they are young. But for the rich, learning never stops. They read books. They listen to podcasts. They take courses. They talk to mentors. They know that every new skill has value. They know that money comes to those who grow. You don't need a college degree to be rich, but you do need a learning mindset. You need to stay curious. You need to ask questions. You need to look for better ways. Even 10 minutes of learning per day can change your future. So what can you do now? You don't need $1 million to start thinking like the rich. You just need a shift in your mindset. Here are 5 things you can do today. Look at your spending. Ask yourself, am I buying assets or just stuff? Protect your time. Say no to things that waste it. Use your free time to learn or create. Start something small: a blog, an online store, a savings plan, anything that can grow. Read 1 book about money this month. Choose something simple. Start learning. Write down 1 risk you are afraid to take, and take it in a small way. Test it. Fail fast. Learn fast. Because wealth is not only about money, it starts in the mind. If you think like everyone else, you will live like everyone else. But if you think like the rich, you can become one of them. The choice is yours.
Most people want to be rich. They dream about financial freedom. They imagine a life without stress, without debt, without limits. But the truth is painful. Most people will never get there. In fact, around 90% of people will never build real wealth. And it's not because they are lazy or not smart. It's because they make the same money mistakes over and over again. In this video, I will show you the 3 biggest reasons why people stay broke. And more importantly, how you can avoid these traps. Let's begin. Mistake number 1: living paycheck to paycheck. This is the biggest financial trap today. Millions of people earn money every month. But by the end of the month, they have nothing left. They spend everything. Sometimes even more than they earn. They use credit cards. They take loans. They buy things they don't need with money they don't have. They work hard, but the money disappears. Why does this happen? Because of a simple rule. If you do not control your money will control you. No matter how much you earn, you will always be broke if you spend it all. What is the solution? Start budgeting. Write down how much you earn. Write down how much you spend. Track every dollar. Then cut things you don't really need. It may sound boring, but budgeting is the first step to freedom. Without it, you are driving without a map. Mistake number 2, not investing. Let me ask you a question. What happens if you save money under your mattress? Nothing. It just stays there. Maybe it even loses value because of inflation. Saving is not enough. If you want to build wealth, you must make your money grow. And the only way to do that is through investing. Most rich people don't get rich just by working. They get rich because their money works for them. They invest in stocks. They invest in real estate. They invest in businesses. They make their money grow while they sleep. But most people are afraid to invest. They think it's risky. They think it's too hard. So they never start. Here is the truth. Not investing is the biggest risk. If you keep all your money in cash, it slowly loses value. But if you invest wisely, your money can grow every year. Start small. You can begin with just $50 or $100. Use simple apps. Buy index funds. Buy ETFs. Learn slowly. It's better to start small than to wait forever. Mistake number 3, lack of financial education. Schools teach math. Schools teach history. But most schools never teach money. Nobody tells you how to manage your income. Nobody tells you how credit works. Nobody explains taxes or interest. So people grow up, get jobs, and stay confused. They trust social media. They believe ads. They think buying a new phone or car will make them happy. But they never learn the rules of money. And if you don't know the rules, how can you win the game? Here's what you can do. Start reading. Pick up one good book on personal finance. Read blogs. Watch real videos from real people who are financially free. Learn about assets and liabilities. Learn the difference between good debt and bad debt. Learn how compound interest works. These are not hard topics, but they can change your life forever. Even 10 minutes of learning per day will put you ahead of most people. So what can you do today? Let's be real. Not everyone will be a millionaire. But everyone can become smarter with money. Everyone can avoid being broke. Here's your action plan 1. Start tracking your spending.
Everybody lies to you every day. Some of them are little white lies like saying you look good when you don't. But there are some bigger lies that can cost you thousands over your lifetime. In this video, we will debunk 10 financial lies you believe all your life and still pay for. No. 1. Having money and being rich is the same thing. You can be financially sound without being rich. The truth is it depends on what you're comparing it to. If you compare it to stocks, real estate has done well historically. If you compare it to bonds, not so much. Real estate does not always go up in value. So any money you borrow comes with a price. Stocks are not risky if you hold on to them for a long period of time. Short term, they can be very volatile, but over the last 100 years, the stock market has gone up every decade. So if you plan to invest for the long term, then stocks are not risky. In fact, values can go down, but the owner can still be making money. Don't let that happen to you. Subscribe to our channel and hit the like button for more videos like this. A landlord can charge rent that covers all expenses and makes a profit even if the property goes down in value. This sounds great until you realize you're paying more than you should. Cash is only king if you don't know where to invest it. Cash is a great thing to have on hand for emergencies, but don't keep too much cash because it loses value to inflation. If you invest it, then it can grow in value. Buy now, pay later allows you to buy something you cannot afford by spreading the payments over time. You don't need to be rich to start investing. You only need a small amount of money and a good investment plan. Investing is for everyone. It doesn't have to be complicated. You can start with a robo-advisor with as little as $5, but you end up paying more for the item because of the interest charge. So it's not whether real estate is a good investment, but rather what is a better investment. Rich means you have a lot of money relative to other people. You may be rich in one area but poor in another. Debt is only bad if you pay interest on it. There are very few people born with a silver spoon, but there are plenty of people who were born poor and got rich. Hard work and discipline are the key components to getting rich. If you can get a loan to buy something that will make you more money, then it's a good thing. For example, if you borrow $10,000 to buy equipment to make $20,000, then it was worth it. But if you borrowed $10,000 to buy a car and now you can't afford to fix it, then it's bad. Debt is not bad. Bad decisions are bad. Money is just a tool to buy what you need or want. It doesn't define who you are. So if you earn more than your friends, that doesn't make you more than your friends. No. 2. Owning a home is a bad investment. Number 3. We should all save for retirement. Saving for retirement is the only time you can keep all of the money you make. Most countries have some form of retirement savings, but no country provides enough to live on. And why? Because it's the one time you won't have an income, so you must have some savings. Now, is it possible to retire early? Yes, but that requires more planning and discipline. No. 4. All debts are bad. No. 5. You have to be born rich to get rich. This is absolutely false. Number 6. Credit cards are free money. They're not free. They're very expensive. Credit cards charge high interest rates. No. 7. Stocks are too risky. No. 8. Buy now, pay later. No. 9. Cash is king. And number 10. Investing is for the rich. This is false. Anyone can invest. We've all been lied to at some point in our lives, and most of us have paid for it in one way or another.